Funny, sorry, if you're on mute, just want to check.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was on mute, it seems. Sorry. Sorry again. My bad. Welcome again. Morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. And thank you for joining for today's session. So today's session is Event Notification Services with Marketing Cloud. It's going to be presented by Naveen. And before our speaker introduction, we would like to give our introduction. We are Salesforce Singapore part.group, which is nothing but Marketing Cloud Account Engagement Groups, which is recently renaming as. And so this event, we are collaborating two groups. One with Salesforce Hyderabad admin group, which is handling with Gaurav. Gaurav is based out of Hyderabad, and he's one of the associate architect at Critical River. And he has 11 certified with 9 Trailhead Ranger. He's a very passionate in Salesforce. And coming to myself, myself Anindra, and I'm handling Singapore Salesforce account engagement groups and Slack community groups. And I'm working with Rapistoki as a technology hunter. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So all through the session, you can mention us in your tweets with the hashtag so that you can stand a chance to win a certification voucher. I just stay for a bit here so that you can note it down the Twitter hashtag so that you can, we'll check the most number of tweets based on the session interaction that what you have got. And then we can give you a one certification voucher with the cost of either $200 or $400. Okay. I'll go to the next session, and again, don't go away. So we have another 3 certification vouchers giveaway via quiz at the end of the session. And the quiz which we designed, so I've designed the quiz using Heroku and Salesforce. I'll showcase how we designed the quiz using the Heroku mobile app. It's really interesting to see the apps which we build on Node.js, community members, of course, especially. So we've used that mobile app now, and I can showcase that how to participate in the quiz at a later point of time. And without any delay, and one more slide where if anyone wants to join in admin group Hyderabad, so there's a group URLs where event URL, user group email, Twitter accounts, LinkedIn accounts, and Facebook groups as well. And without any delay, I'm going to introduce Naveen. Naveen is one of the, I seen most of the people in the global, but he's one of the best in Marketing Cloud. After what I've seen, the many of the Marketing Cloud folks, but he's one of the best. Today he's going to demonstrate on Marketing Cloud event notification services. Is one of the cool and key feature which we could leverage for most of the things in Marketing Cloud. And I would love Naveen to introduce himself so that he'll give much more details on it. And his blog is one of the best blog in the world. So I would recommend to look at the Naveen's blog, and then you can follow him for more details. Thank you. Over to you, Naveen.
Yeah, thanks, Funny, for the nice intro. Should I share the screen?
Yes, you can share it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let me know once everyone can see the screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thanks again. Thanks everyone for joining this time and for the event as well. Yeah, without any delay, so let's get started. So today we'll just talk about event notification service. The agenda would be like what is that, and then what can be the use cases and how to set up, and also how we can set up in Marketing Cloud as well, and how we can set up all the basic things in event notification service in the other system as well, like Salesforce. Yeah, so that would be the agenda for today. Maybe we can go to the next one. So what is event notification service, right? So if someone from the other systems, probably you might be knowing that many other systems can able to generate events. For example, let's say if you do something on your mobile app, and the mobile apps like Android or iOS can able to generate events, and then Kafka or some other system can able to capture those, and then you can process, do something, right? So similar to that, Marketing Cloud some time back ago, they have started working on this event notification service, which is nothing but when an email gets sent, or even the email didn't get sent, or if the event got bounced or opens, or if someone clicks. Similarly, SMS got delivered or undelivered. Marketing Cloud generates an event basically, and you can able to consume that event via a webhook basically. So that's what we call it as Marketing Cloud event notification service. And then from there you can able to make some additional actions out of that actually. So we will just see how we can able to what can be the potential use cases and how we can able to achieve that basically. So moving on. Yeah, so this is a generic architecture where a system which don't have without even notification service. So what happens is like, let's take an example of password reset email, where a customer comes to a website and then he tries to reset, he clicks on reset your password and he tries to enter his email address. Yeah, so when he tries to enter the email address, the website team shares the email address to the backend team, or they can try to call the Marketing Cloud API, and the API request goes to Marketing Cloud, and a transactional email gets sent to a customer basically. But in this case, if you see, the website team or the third party team makes a request to SFMC, and SFMC gives you a response. So if it's valid, then it will send out an email. Sometimes there can be 400 error or 401 error. In that case, we can have some retry logics. Yeah. Okay, so in that case we can have some retry logics so that they can keep trying it out again. But what happens if the customer says, customer calls to call support, hey, I didn't receive my password reset email at all. But it could be that he could have entered wrong email address in the area where he is supposed to receive an email by mistake. So that can be the system. So yeah, in this case, customer support have no idea of what Marketing Cloud did the Marketing Cloud email sent or not, or it's happened. So if there is some response error or something, if the Marketing Cloud server is down, then they might get notified using this 400 error. But if the Marketing Cloud email gets sent or not sent, or it got bounced or something, those information that even the customer support don't have any info on that actually. So this gives the possibility to have the Marketing Cloud to have with the event notification service. Now we will see how it can be the basic architecture with the event notification service. So it will be the same architecture where you will pass a request, and you in turn you will get a response. And imagine that in the meantime, Marketing Cloud triggers an email, and it tries to reach the mail server actually. In this case, mail server responds back if he is entering the invalid email address or sort of list detective email address, things like that. So it gives back to the Marketing Cloud, and immediately Marketing Cloud generates an event here. And this event can be added into a webhook URL, and the third party system can able to listen to the webhook URLs, and then they can able to make some decisions. For example, in this case, okay, so if the reset password link is not working via email, because we are sending him the reason as bounced event, so they can, in this decision engine, they can try to call an SMS API. In that case, they can able to call an SMS, and then they can able to receive an OTP or something. Yeah. So this gives you a possibility of the decision engines as like backend teams as well, whether it got bounced or not got sent, or even it got sent, they can log something over there, and then they can take back the data to the service cloud, or some other service system where the call center people or the support people will also have the access. Okay, the email have sent to the customer, and then they can able to if at all customer calls back to them, they can able to respond they can able to say that, okay, we have sent it, but or we have not sent it, so we will send it via SMS or something. So these type of things you can able to leverage with respect to the event notification service. And just to note, this mainly used for transactional emails, so you don't get the leverage for commercial emails, because Salesforce have enabled for the transactional API email events. So yeah, so that's one thing to note. And then so this is how the architecture wise this works. And so we'll dig more deeper how it works and things like that. So yeah, moving on. So some of the sample use cases, right? So if you, so it's very common if you make a flight reservation or a car reservation, or if you purchase a product, and very often sometimes you may not get an email. Yeah, so that may be due to lot of external factors. Server is down, or the email which you have entered in the reservation, or while you are putting out the products, that might be invalid, or it could have got bounced from marketing cloud end due to technical difficulties or things like that. So there is no way that if at all that things happens, and the customer didn't receive an email, then he might approach the support, and he might call support, or he might email support. In that case, support people will have no idea where the email has been or whether it got sent or not, so they will have to reach out to the engineering teams, and then they will keep checking out is there any latency or something like that. Yeah, so if we have this event notification service as there, so then they will also, and they can marketing cloud can send an event, and they can capture those and then add that as a logs, then they can able to answer the customer properly and things like that. So this can be one of the use cases. And then the other cases, like if the email gets failed due to whatever reasons, and you can try to target them with an other channels like SMS or push notifications or things, or even WhatsApp for the case. So we can try to target them with the other channels. Yeah, and then you will also get to know some sort of real-time analytics. So you can also make a good use of analytics instead of getting it via data views. These type of important informations, you can get the info on real time, and you can build the dashboards in real times as well. So you can make some analytics out of it, like how many has been failed due to incorrect email addresses, or how many got bounced, so that you can try to put some additional layer of security over there while trying to enter into email address itself. So those sort of analytics you can also do that. So these can be the some sample use cases, but there are more to that as well. Yeah, so moving on. So okay, so we have seen like what's even notification service, and then what are the use cases. Now let's see how we can set up in marketing cloud basically. Yeah, so to set up basically in marketing cloud, so it's you have to have a install package created. So let me try going to marketing cloud, and then so you can create an install packages here. So let me click on new, and then this time, and I'm going to create an API integration, and it would be the server to server. And in this case, the main thing to note is nothing but the callbacks and subscriptions have to be activated, so you can see the event notifications. So make sure you don't, I mean, if you want to delete some endpoints, which we'll cover later point of time, if you want to give the privilege to the third party system, then of course you can try to give it as well. But yeah, if you don't want to delete the event notification service URLs subscriptions, we will see at later point of time. But if you don't want them, then please don't provide the permissions, and then you can just click on save basically. So this gives the liberty of updating the external system to the third party, to the marketing cloud basically. So it got created. So these are the things basically. Now again, it's our then it's our usual way. So to have, so few things to note here, right? So you have an event notification service, and that works in a public endpoint basically. Yeah. So let's say I click on this one. So this make sure it will be a public accessible endpoint, and it should be a HTTPS. So the way how event notification service works is like Marketing Cloud tries to post an event in a public endpoint basically. It can be a sample URL, but don't have any securities like a client ID, client secret to access it. And we have a different security layer that we will come back to that now. But just have a public endpoint. In our case, in our demo case, we will just use the cloud page URL, which is obviously a public endpoint, and anyone can able to access with if you don't have any security in that. So what we try to do is we try to first step is to create a callback. Yeah. So in that callback, these are the things basically. So you just need to put a callback name and the URL and what should be the max batch size. In that case, if there is many calls or many emails you are sending, so how Marketing Cloud can able to send it in batches. So in this case, it can be 1,000. So the sample payloads would be something here. Okay, so let me show you in Postman as well. So obviously this one you wouldn't be knowing the API auth call. So I'm not going to that. So you have to put your client ID, client secret, and things like that. So in this case, we will be using V1 ENS callback. That is a URL, and it would be the same as we discussed here. Yeah. So it would be the you have to give your callback name and your URL and your batch size. So in this case, I've just taken a sample of online webbook site, but it can be your cloud page URL also. We have built the demo on cloud page URL. So you just need to provide all these three. When you provide all these three, you will get a response of signature key basically and a callback ID. So these two things are very important because this is the security layer which we are talking about. So what happens is like Marketing Cloud creates a security layer on top of the URL, and every time Marketing Cloud sends the event with respect to this particular signature key, so that not anyone can able to make a call. Only Marketing Cloud can able to make a call on that. So that's one part of a security in place. So okay, so first step is done. So creating the callbacks. So you will get a callback ID and the verification key. Now second step is to verify your callback. Yeah. So to verify.
Okay.
So second step is to verify your callback. Let me just go back. Yeah, second step is to verify your callback. To verify your callback, you can use this particular post API call. So here we have already got our callback ID and your verification key. So you have to make that as a post call. So that would be this one. So you would put the V1 ENS verify, and then you will have the callback ID and the verification ID, basically a verification key basically. So this will get you this will give you a response of 200 okay and things like that. So that means like it got verified basically, and you can let the Marketing Cloud to make a post API call, and since the URL is valid, Marketing Cloud knows okay this URL has the signature key already. Marketing Cloud can able to make the event call and things like that. So this callbacks part is done. Now we have to come back to our subscription part. So now you may ask, okay, what is this subscription is all about? So just to give a bit of an intro, so that as we discussed in our first slide, Marketing Cloud generate events for many things, basically email sent, not sent, and opens, clicks, and also you can have with definition keys. So these type of events. But if you want to restrict the events basically, so I just want I don't want all the events, basically the opens and clicks. I don't want all those things. I just want to do some retry mechanisms. If the email is not sent or if the email is bounced, then in that case you can input your event category types as bounce and not sent, and you don't have to put everything. So that in that way we can have the subscription generated. And in this case there is one more thing called definition key. So you might be knowing, if you are using transactional API, obviously you have to create a definition key. So in this case it's an optional. If you don't put it all the transactional APIs, this will be applicable. But if you input your definition key, then you only it will look for the particular definition key. So to give an example, let's say that I want to listen only to the password reset email, but I do send other transactional emails which I don't want to generate events or subscription. In that case, you can put your password reset definition key over here, so that Marketing Cloud can able to send it only for that particular definition key. And it doesn't mean that when you are inputting, you have to do it like this. Obviously there are update subscriptions as well. So you can see create, delete, and update all. So you can also update your subscription at later point of time if needed. So now we create our subscription. So once we create our subscription, then Marketing Cloud can keep able to keep on generate an event basically into the publicly accessible URL. Okay, so we have seen all these things. So these all the things which is needed for the setup purpose. So now let's get back to demo. So for our demo use case, what I have done is like, so I'm going to trigger an email via transactional API, and then if the email gets sent, it will generate an event, and if the email got opened, it will also generate an event, and even if the email is clicked, it will generate an event. Now the concept here is that I will just add everything to the data extension. Okay, so whatever it's showing us, we will be adding out in the data extension. So first let's see how it works, and then I can first I will show you the demo, then we can see how it works. So for this particular use cases, I have a cloud page. Basically it's a very simple cloud page where first name, last name, and email. On click of submit, I will receive an email in real time. Okay, so in this case, let's say what I'm going to do is like test, and then I will keep it as community test, then community test, and today's date 26 at yahoo.mail.com. So we don't so this Yahoo is like anyone can use it. So I'll just click on submit. So once I click on submit, this will get refreshed and there is no error, and then response are success. So now let's go to Yahoo. So accept and continue. I will input my email address. So there is an email, hi community, please confirm your email address. So this is just a very random email. So now let's say that I will come here and then I'll go to a data extension. So all this events I'm posting into one particular data extension. Yeah, this particular data extension, which is like already 62K records there. So let's go to the last one. So the last one is nothing but you can see that community test at yahoo.mail.com. So the event is nothing but the email has been sent. If the email has not been sent, it will say that it has been not sent. And if the email has been bounced, it will come as email has been bounced. Yeah. So, and then it will have the job ID, batch ID, all these details around it. And then just to show you, in case of bounce, it will also show you why it got bounced and things like that, and when this thing have happened. So immediately I've received the email sent. So now let's click on this one as well, and then I will just close. I'll just click on this link, and then I'm just closing. So let me just refresh this contact builder. So now you can see, since I have clicked it, so it logs the email click event as well, and then it will tell you like what click I have clicked, and what is the link ID and when I have clicked. So all those details you can see that you don't have to write data views or something. You don't have to query that, but you just get it in real time. Yeah. So this demo, since it's, I just want to show you guys in Marketing Cloud itself. We are building inside Marketing Cloud. Obviously, it won't be helping much if it inside Marketing Cloud. Obviously, you have to share it with other system to let them know that to make some actionable decisions. So, but the concept here would be the same. The If you share it with other team as well, they can do it based upon this. So now this is the thing. So but how do we do that? Yeah. So for this particular thing, what we have done is like I've taken this particular URL basically as a publicly accessible URL, and this URL I have created the callback, I've created the subscription, all the setups has been done. So in this particular URL, it's nothing the code resource, and in this code resource I'm just referring to a content block by ID, this particular ID. Okay. So whenever a post call, I mean, I'll come to the logic, but yeah, all I'm in this cloud page I'm doing is to refer the content block by ID. So now let's go to our content builder. So in this content builder, this is the snippet basically. So in this snippet, so I have written some SSJS. Here I'm just getting the post data. So, and then I'm passing the JSON, and then I'm checking what is the category type. Basically, the category type is nothing but this is the category type. It can be click, or it can be email sent, or it can be bounced, or it can be not sent as well. So like here. So these can be the category types. So I'm checking if it's sent, then I'm just assigning everything: message type, job ID, batch ID, email ID, definition key, everything basically. And I'm inserting into this particular data extension using platform.function.insert. Okay. And if it's email not sent, I'm just inserting that as well. I'm grabbing if but the payload will differ based upon the categories. So that's why I'm checking the categories basically. So each category will have different payloads. So you can modify the structure accordingly. So similarly, if the event got bounced, you will also get your inputs over here, and the email opens and the email clicks as well. So for different categories, we are collecting different things. Basically, if I click on, so it doesn't mean that Marketing Cloud generates only one event for one click. So in this case, let's say that I again go back. So in this case, there is some other, in the meantime it got created, but in this case you can see only one click happen. Now let me re-click again one more time. So when I do the re-click again one more time, and if I refresh, so it will generate another event as well. It doesn't mean that the event will happen only one time. So if a particular customer has clicked, there are multiple emails in the link, and if he clicks multiple times, every time a new event gets generated, and you can also log that in a data extension. So that's why we have to do it like this, based upon the categories, and it makes a call, and then you are passing the JSON and then adding them into a data extension. So yeah, so this is pretty much it on how it is working basically inside Marketing Cloud. Now the concept is same. So let's see that how we can do it in the other system. So the concept is same. So you will have a publicly accessible URL, and Marketing Cloud will have an event, and you will capture that data, and you'll pass the JSON, and then add that in a particular system. Basically, that's the concept. Now we will see how we do it in our Salesforce as well. So in this, so this is like a this is just a sample thing. So here in Salesforce, we have a public accessible URL, and then with that as well, we are creating some records. So the record can be something looking like this. So it got status is bounced and why it got bounced. And once you add this record, you can also send it to some other external system. Okay. But yeah, the idea is same, but it's a different system can use it in a different way. So this is also how we can use it in other systems. Okay, so yeah, I think that would be it on how to use ENS, but feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions.
Yeah, thank you, Naveen. I think participants, let us know if you have any questions, so that Naveen is going to happy to answer that. So, so I have a few questions, Naveen, on behalf of audience, where this event notification services that can we be able to include in a journey and trigger that? What I mean to say is, like, is it only work for transactional?
Yeah. Yeah, it's only work for transactional emails basically. So that's where the important emails we want to analyze, right? So yeah, they have leverage. Right now it's only for transactional. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So any other questions, team? Anyone has any other questions? Hope you understand the session on the I think Bharadwaj has some questions. We can achieve the same use case by data views as well.
Yeah, you can able to achieve the same use case via data views as well. Yeah, like querying on sent and click data view, but it first thing is like it will not be real time, and the main purpose of using ENS is not to just have the records inside Marketing Cloud, but to give back the record to the other systems. In this case, you have the possibility, for example, here we are shown it's in the Salesforce. Yeah, so you don't need to write a data views, pass the data back to put it in a FTP, grab that via ETL, and then put them into Salesforce. By the time you lose a lot of time. In the meantime, call center people or support people can able to call them up and then ask them for the details. But in this case, it will happen in a real time. So the records will go to the other systems. That's the main point of using ENS basically. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
It's like request and reply for especially on third party, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So instead of just 400 error or things like that, you can also have other logics of listening to the events, and then you can modify your retry logics and things mechanism, or you can do the target via different channels with the events generated by Marketing Cloud.
Okay, so how much is a retry mechanism, Naveen? So normally if you take Mule, right? So as a tip go, so the enterprise systems where we recommend to use 5 times as a retry logic, and after that every 15 minutes, every 30 seconds, or every 1 hour. So in
Yeah.
Marketing Cloud, what is the best practice that we should apply some custom logics like 503, 501, 506, and all based on our internal fundamental business rules?
Yeah.
Is it keep trying until you get the response from Marketing Cloud, or else it's something which can do we have a capability to retry for 5 times and then just shut down, like something like that?
Yeah. So so in our cases, like we have done like you retry for 3 times, and if it doesn't work, just log them into the Slack notifications or something like that, so that you will get to know. Sometimes it can be the server down or things like that as well. So in that case, we cannot do much except if we keep retrying, then the queue will happen too much. So in that case, you can just post it into Slack, and you get notified and try to restart your service or things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So is it always a good practice to store the response back to Marketing Cloud? I mean, which is it consumes any subscriber space inside Marketing Cloud?
No. This things it doesn't consume anything. So since it's like no use for sending and testing, just for login purpose. So it doesn't consume any contacts or things like that. Well, maybe we can apply some retention policies, like store for like max 1 month or 2 months, and then you can delete the rest of the records, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So what are all the best use cases we can go ahead and implement event notification service? Maybe integrating of Slack with ENS that gives a lot of auto
Yeah.
management leads, or any loyalty programs or customer retentions and acquisitions. Can we be able to integrate with Slack to give the updates to the customers via Slack?
Oh yeah, so in Slack also you do have webhook URL, and then we can verify the callbacks, and then the only thing is like then you will get too much of notification if clicks and things. So we can restrict whenever email is not get sent in the on creating the subscription. We can able to restrict only on not sent or bounce. Then you notify Slack, something like that. We can also restrict it, and then we can post it out. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good to hear, because even we tried Sales Service Cloud using Slack, but we haven't tried integrating Slack with Marketing Cloud. But I think participants, I think this is one of the use cases where I think everyone, we recommend to try it out, integrating Slack with Marketing Cloud using ENS, so that you will understand the depth of the platform, which contains ENS mechanisms, how it works. And my last question, I mean, like, does the ENS supports OAuth 2.0?
No, the verification of ENS, it should be like a public URL, but only this. So what we are doing is like the public URL only, since only Marketing Cloud we need to able to make a event in that URL. So that's why we are verifying the URL, and then we are verifying the callback with the signature key and all. So it doesn't support OAuth 2, meaning if it's a public URL, and if you just hit that URL, and it will check if it has a signature key, and if it has, then it will post it. If not, it will not post it, but it doesn't support OAuth 2.
Okay. I think that sounds good. Anyone has any questions, team? If not, I think we can move to the quiz. As I said, this time the quiz is really good, and let us know if anyone has any question, so that Naveen is going to answer that. But there are plenty of use cases, and what I understand using this session is not only for the Slack. There are something where when you're trying to integrating with any other third-party systems where you require an immediate assistance from the marketing omni-channel perspective. Let's suppose if as Naveen said, like password reset, or any other user management perspective, or any other loyalty perspective, customer preferences, or landing page stuff, cloud pages. So you could use all these capabilities to build a service to talk to multi-systems and then give the response back, right? So and the beauty of this ENS is it's supposed a retry mechanism. Eventually, as I see with my experience, there are big systems like MuleSoft and TIBCO which provides a retry mechanism until the response will get from the third party. It'll always keep bugging and then give the rest results. So there are plenty of things that you can try it out using this. It's a simple code. I think if you could refer to the Naveen's blog, he has blogged it already, how the ENS is going to be implemented. Probably could blog that URL, Naveen, so that people will follow that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, and once again, thank you, Naveen, for amazing session. I know you're one of the pro in Marketing Cloud, and there are folks who are already participants that are also good in Marketing Cloud. I really appreciate for joining team, and let's move it to our quiz. Okay, I'll share my screen, and I would recommend everyone to just use this screen. So this quiz is built in Salesforce and Heroku. Using wire services in Lightning Web Components, because we hosted this entire stuff into Heroku. You people are using Heroku. I'm handling backend Salesforce. So let's see some amazing things. So let's see how people will because I'm just using my Heroku Dyno now. It's a very less Dyno I'm using it. I've not upgraded mine, but let's see how it works. This is my first event that I'm conducting here with Salesforce quiz, because you see Kahoot, right? Kahoot is very costly. So replacement of Kahoot, I think this is one of the things which our community has implemented. So I'll wait for a minute. So probably you guys can go and then join. Okay. Just scan the code in your mobile, or you can just use this bit2 dot the bit1 URL, directly put it in your web desktop.
Funny, just have a look at the chat. Like some people are saying not able to join or something.
Oh, not able to join. I think just give me 1 second. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I think, can you scan the QR code right now? Because this URL is not working, because I'm not logging into this bit.do. It's something issue, but can you scan it if you don't mind for this? Later, I'll fix this. Just scan with your mobile app. Even scanning with mobile is not working. I believe it works. I think there are 40 people who needs to join, at least 38 people who has to join. And there are 26, 28. I think somebody use Paytm app to scan, it will take out to the website. Yeah, it's a good. Thanks, Mohit. I've just built, just 30 minutes back, I built this app. And I've posted directly inside Salesforce. This is the first time, because Kahoot is very costly. We can't able to afford that. So I've used this. So I'll start the game in next, nothing but a quiz in next 2 minutes. I think requesting everyone to join, please. There are a few more. If not, we can start. I'll stay for a minute again. I'll just wait for other 3 to 4 folks to be joined, and after that we can start. Okay, I think we can start. So I'll go. So you're all ready, right? What is the full form of ENS? So just read the each and every answer very carefully. There are some things which we have already done it, spellings and everything that you have to take care. So let's see who's Pritham is in top and the top 8, right? So Pritham is the one who answers very quickly. App is not getting updated with questions. Oh, is it? So let's see if it's the next question. So if not, I'll just move in a different way. Okay. Okay, the questions are not showing. Oh, is it what happening? Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mohit. I think if this is the case, I think let me go back to in a different way. Okay. So I want to be create like this. So I have 3 questions. I have 3 questions. So I'll put the 3 questions in my presentation. So whoever is whoever is answering the first one, so I'm going to give the voucher. So just give me 1 second, okay? I have a couple of questions. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just update my questions. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm just pasting the questions so that I'll have 3 vouchers. Okay, I'm going to draft one more question. So 3 questions. Okay, I'll share my screen and so this is a process now. I have 3 questions. Okay, for those 3 questions, whoever is going to answer fast, so fast fingers works always, and the people will get a certification voucher. Okay. Uh, is it clear, guys? So please be ready with the answers. The first person who's going to answer that, then we're going to give a voucher for him. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. So I'll share my screen again. Yes. So put here and let's go back to the first question. Okay, what is the newest Salesforce Marketing Cloud release?
Summer 22.
Okay. Okay, let's see who has answered first. Better first person to type. Sunil, it's a summer 22. B is answer. Rishendra Ravi. Rishendra, can you send me your full name, your web assessor associated email ID? Rishendra.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Your full name, your LinkedIn ID, and your web assessor associated email ID. Okay. Sorry. So let's go to the next question. I'll just wait for 1 minute or just 10 seconds. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Please be ready. Event notification service sends events on email bounce, push or SMS, email tracks. Okay. The right answer is push subscriptions. Sorry, email bounce. A is the right answer. Let's go. Who's answer that? 657. Where is my mouse? Yes. Yes. Gaurav, can you send me your web assessor ID along with the LinkedIn ID as well as your full name?
Sure. Thank you very much.
Okay. My last question. I'll just copy this. Let's wait for the last question, guys. The last question for today's quiz is, what is MID stands for? Okay, let's see who has answered this. Marketing Cloud member ID. Yes, its answer is B. Virendra, so just send us your full name, your web assessor email ID, and your LinkedIn ID as well. So yeah, fast fingers works always.
Sorry, Fanindra, but I was leading the quiz, so the first 3 answers I got right. So what about that?
Who is that? Who is that?
This is Pritham.
Yeah, you can send your web assessor email ID, Pritham, your first name, last name, and your LinkedIn ID as well.
Yeah, sure. Let me know, just to be safer side. Let me share the screenshot with you.
It's okay. No worries. I think I understand. I need to do some little tweaks in terms of performance on Heroku. Let me come back to you on this.
So I'll be sharing to you through message.
Yes, you can put it here in the group. You can put it here. I'll just select event winners. I got Rishi. After that, I haven't got Gaurav. I think I have to provide Virendra. I have to provide that. Gaurav, yes, .squares.com and LinkedIn. Apologies on the quiz, guys. Again, sorry for that. I haven't tested much on this, but yeah, make sure next time we will do something better. Okay. So, thank you everyone for joining, and take care. Let's catch up for the next session as well. Some amazing sessions that we're conducting. So let's catch up.
One more question for you. Do you need my like LinkedIn ID too?
Yeah, it will be good. So we'll put it here. Pratham's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. And the next session, I'm going to post it in LinkedIn, Deepak. So you're a part of the member with the Singapore group. So probably you'll receive notifications, and you can try to join that as well. Thanks again for joining, everyone. Have a nice evening and a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.